topic for 2 years before that. But nevertheless, given the views of your own Investor Advisory Committee that the current disclosures are appropriate, do you agree that the supposed information overload problem does not exist?
Well, I think if you go back to even Thurgood Marshall years ago in defining materiality under the federal securities laws, the concern was expressed about too much information could sort of cloud the meaningful. I think you're describing our disclosure effectiveness review in a way that's much narrower than its intent. And I think one of the most important things about a disclosure effectiveness review, and again, we're listening to everybody. We're also talking about adding information in this review that is needed to be added, for example, on foreign taxes and other things, but is also the manner in which the information is being provided to investors, given how they've, which is a huge priority of this review.
We're over our time, so let me just stop you there. I have said now 3 times, I think, in just this brief exchange, I'm fine with cutting out duplication. I'm fine with making the information clearer. And as should be clear, I'm fine with providing more information. What I'm trying to identify is something that you specifically have targeted and talked about. I am frustrated that at your direction, the SEC has voluntarily spent 2 years trying to address a problem that you have no evidence exists. Instead of making up work to help giant corporations, the SEC should do its job, starting with the 20 required rules under Dodd-Frank that still aren't fixed 6 years after the law was passed. Your job is to look out for investors, but you've put the interests of the Chamber of Commerce and their big business members at the top of your priority list. A year ago, I called your leadership at the SEC extremely disappointing. Today, I am more disappointed than ever. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
And I'm disappointed in your disappointment and could not disagree anymore with your characterization of what we're trying to do to improve our disclosure regime for investors, to make it better.
When you bring me evidence of this so-called information overload that you have initiated, then we can have more conversation
I would suggest reading the SK concept release for the range of issues we're addressing, including that.
Well, I'd like to see some evidence that there really is a problem here.
Senator Warner.